Photography started in 1839, and it was about 2 years later in 1841 that they developed stereophotography or 3D photography. I think a lot of people were impressed with photography just because that's the first time they saw a likeness of reality, a representation of reality. So whenever they saw 3D photography or artwork for the first time, it was another wow moment. So our brain is constantly taking what the left eye sees, and it takes the video basically of what your right eye sees, and it merges those two together, and that's how we know what's near and what's far. 3D. I'm Stacy Webb. I'm the director for the 3D Center of Art and Photography here in Portland, Oregon. We're an art gallery, we're a museum, and we're also a 3D movie theater. It was pretty common for most folks to have a stereo card viewer and a set of stereo cards that they would pass around the family table and view. Just like encyclopedias and vacuum cleaners, salesmen would go door to door and sell different stereo card series. One that we have in our collection on display is called Tour of the World, a series of stereo photographs that show everything all over the world: the Nile, the pyramids, wars, kings and queens and presidents. That's how people saw what was going on all over the world. It was like a little encyclopedia, 3D. Just like Matthew Brady documented the Civil War, stereo photographers were right alongside him, just taking stereo photographs of a lot of the same scenes. All the deaths, all the soldiers, a lot of stereo cards that show, people lined up in chairs just viewing the different battles. In 1939, the Viewmaster Company started here in Portland. It was actually over the hill in Beaverton. I kind of liken the Viewmaster to the Brownie camera. It was newer, sleeker, cool, fun model of the stereo card process. Everyone growing up in the 60s and 70s had a Viewmaster. They did a lot of very impressive educational work. In the 50s, they did a whole human body stereoscopic atlas. And one of the photographers with Viewmaster teamed up with a doctor at Stanford, and the doctor prepared human organs and specimens for photographing, and then the photographer with Viewmaster came in and photographed all the parts and the pieces. They started with the head and they worked their way down. It took them 14 years to do the whole human body. I think the hang-up with 3D has been you have to have some type of special viewer or glasses. I definitely see that it's going to have to go glasses free in the very near future for it to really stick hard. It's something that we all are familiar with, 3D. As long as you have two eyes and a brain, you should be able to see in 3D. So it's something that we are very, very familiar with, but whenever we see it reproduced, it still has that wow factor for everybody.